Good morning, students. Welcome back in the YouTube classes of Center Public Academy, Chauri Chaura, Gorakhpur. Students, as you know that last time we have discussed about the parts of pronoun. There are basically 10 types of pronoun. Earlier we have discussed, and first 4 of them were discussed. So the remaining 6 we will try to discuss tomorrow. We will try to understand their properties and their rules and regulations. So लेट्स कंटिन्यू। अब हम लोग इसको कंटिन्यू करते हैं। सो द फिफ्थ प्रोनाउन इज द रेसिप्रोकल प्रोनाउन। व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय रेसिप्रोकल? डू यू नो? परहैप्स मे बी यू नो और सम ऑफ यू मे डोंट नो। सो रेसिप्रोकल प्रोनाउन मीन्स दे शो द को रिलेशन, इंटर रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन टू आर more than two persons. So there are basically two words which is considered under the reciprocal pronoun, and this is each other and one another. These two words you should remember in the form of reciprocal pronouns. For example, they help each other. Every person of the meeting shakes hand with one another. So these are the simple sentences in which these words are used. So you can also try from your own side to make a lot of sentences using these two words, then you will be more clear. Next one is the reflexive pronoun. Reflexive, reflection, you know, reflection, coming back, bouncing back, returning. That is the reflexive pronouns. It means it shows about the personal, it shows about the individual, it shows about the own task, it emphasizes over the task done by any person itself. So the main identity of this reflexive pronoun is that a word self is added in these words. When the word self is added and the word is used as the form of pronoun, then you can understand that this is nothing but it is only the reflexive pronoun. So now the question arises that what are the words? There are a lot of words you have used in your daily life, like myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, oneself, themselves, etc. etc. So these words are considered as the reflexive pronoun. Next one is the emphatic or emphasizing pronouns. So students always keep remember that the emphatic pronoun or emphasizing pronoun is the pronoun which plays or which force to the subject in the particular way when it is the reflexive pronoun. When the reflexive pronoun is used to focus or give more concentration or attention or emphasize to the subject, then it is called emphasizing pronoun. For example, it is the same word which we have used in the reflexive pronouns, but the way of using will be differ. For example, you yourself have done this job. He hurt himself. The farmer himself give the poison. So in these words you have seen that the word reflexive pronoun is used just after the main subject, so and emphasizing the subject. So these are the emphasizing pronouns. Next one is the indefinite pronoun. So you know that indefinite means which is not exact, which is not certain, which is not the exact one. Then there is the problem of ascertaining that what is the exact quantity, what is the accurate amount, appropriate amount of the sample. There it is called the indefinite pronoun. So there are a lot of words which are considered under the indefinite pronoun. For example, everybody, somebody, nobody, everyone, no one, each one, anyone, everything, something, nothing, anymore, no more, much, little, few, a lot are the words which are used as the indefinite pronouns. Reason being कि जब भी हम इन वर्ड्स को इस्तेमाल करते हैं whensoever we use these words in our sentences, it does not tell us about the exact quantity, exact number. That's why they are considered as the indefinite pronoun. For example, anybody have stolen my book. No one have helped me. Someone have given me money when it was much needed. No one was there. Nothing is left. There is little chance for survival. So these are the words you have used in your sentences earlier, or in daily life you have used these words. So what is the main motto of this? The main motto of this, that whensoever we want to explain or show the indefinite numbers, they are as, and these words are used as the pronoun. They are called the indefinite pronoun. Next one is the relative pronoun. Relative pronoun means the pronoun which shows or connect two or more sentences in jointly or combinedly. They are called the relative pronouns. It means they shows the relation between two sentences. They connects two sentences. For example, the words who, which, whom, that, these are the words which is used in the form of relative pronouns. For example, if we say that this is the person who have stolen my book, it means this is the person stolen my book. There is two different sentences, and the both sentence is combined with the word who. So the word who is used here as the relative pronouns. Reason being कि the word shows the relation between first and the second sentence. We can take another example. For example, this is the pen which I want to purchase. Again the same thing. This is the pen which I want to purchase. So I want to purchase, this is the pen. Both sentence is connected with the word which. So the word which is used as the relative pronoun. This is the place where I wanted to come. So this is the place I wanted to come. Where is the word which is connecting the first and the second sentence. So this is also used as the relative pronoun. So these are the words like which, whom, where, that. When connects the two sentences, they are considered as the relative pronoun. And the last one is the interrogative pronoun. Interrogative, it means it is the words which shows the interrogation, which shows the questions. When the question words, question words are, you can say that the WH words are used as the form of pronoun. This is the interrogative pronoun. For example, which is your house? Where do you live? What is your name? Why you are going to market? When you will return from the home? So these words are considered as the interrogative pronoun. Reason being, they shows the interrogation, they shows the questioning. They are used to ask questions, and they are also used as the interrogative pronoun. So students, here I would like to, so that's all about the types of pronouns and what is the proper use of pronoun. You can use these words, or you can use all the types of pronouns in different sentences. Then you will get the proper proficiency, and you should practice more and more so that you can get more proficiency, more expertise in the pronoun. And students, you can never neglect the importance of pronoun, because students often used to make a lot of sentences and makes a lot of errors also during the exact use of the pronoun. So I hope that you have understand the whole concept of the pronoun, and if you practice more and more, you will get expertise. This is damn sure. And further we will discuss on the next topic. Till then, take care and bye.